You get 4.5 minutes. Go to it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and you did get it right, so very good job. Most people don't get it on the first try. I would like to direct my questions to our representatives from the Stratford Festival, and I know that we have our Conservative Deputy House Leader on the call right now, who is a strong supporter of the Stratford Festival as well, and the huge draw that it brings to southwestern Ontario. But I'm an MP from northwestern Ontario, representing the riding of Kenora, and I think that we are very similar in the sense that in normal times, we're a hotspot for domestic and international tourists. But right now, we have many small businesses who are relying on those tourists, not just hotels and camps, as you've previously mentioned, but restaurants, retail stores, and a number of other businesses who are being hurt by this. And I'm sure that the economy in Stratford is very similar to that. So I'm just wondering if you could provide a little more details on some of the economic benefits of tourism to our local communities, and in the same token, the negative impacts of a reduced season.
Right. Well, we were set to start our performance season in April. We would have had 500,000 people joining us this year. We were going to open a brand new theater, a new Tom Patterson theater. So we were really set for a very exciting season. Based on a study by the Conference Board, each visitor to the festival spends roughly $300. And that is an exponentially higher number among our US visitors, which represents about 25% of those people who come to Stratford. And people who come from the US they tend to be very loyal. They're very supportive of the core mandate of the Stratford Festival. They see something here that they can't get anyplace else in North America. And I'm sure that's the same in Kenora, that you're offering something that is so unique. And in the absence of the theater this year operating, we're going to see, I'm sure, lots of these small businesses in the community struggling to stitch together a year. We are working with the Economic Development Corporation, Invest Stratford, to help think about ways to draw visitors and to keep Stratford in their minds. And something that we're doing is a film series. We were able to film 12 of our productions, and we're airing them on a free film festival over the last, starting April 23rd and into the next few weeks. And that's playing a very important role to stay connected to people and also to reach out to new people. We're seeing people view these films from Japan and South America and across the country and around the corner. I think that it has exposed us to a new audience, but also kept us connected. So I think the community is going to see a major absence this year. And we want to keep the festival sustainable. And it's why we're making this request to keep the festival sustainable so that we can be there and be a part of the rebuilding of the tourism economy in this region.
Thank you. And I've also heard from many seasonal businesses who are asking for some more definitive timelines on when certain sectors, particularly the tourism sector, is going to be able to reopen, especially in terms of the U.S. border and some certainty there. So I guess from your point of view, would more definitive timelines for domestic and international reopenings benefit your festival?
It would, and we're looking closely at what's happening in other countries and how the restart is happening. We have the benefit of watching some other countries and seeing how not just how governments are handling it, but also what is the readiness for people to gather. So we're watching that closely, and then we're responding as we think about our plans for reopening. How can we reopen in a way that is going to be comfortable and safe and accessible for people?
Yeah, and I think I'm running thin on time here, so I'll just ask.
20 seconds. Go ahead, Eric.
Thank you. I'll just ask if you can expand maybe a little bit more on some of the reopening plans for after COVID, or how that's going to work in terms of dealing with this crisis going forward.
Sure. We're looking at a number of scenarios for the 2021 season. So going into next year, we're looking at the productions we might do, some things that we had on the playbill for 2020. Bringing some of those back, looking at some other things that maybe are smaller productions. And also we're looking at how to use our facilities. We have an 1,800 seat theater, 1,100 seat theater. So we have some space to have some social distancing. So looking at the programming, looking at how we receive people into our buildings.